Hey everyone, it's Justin. Thank you for watching and welcome to my house. That's Justin's house. It's time for another ServiceNow Store Highlights episode. That's SSH v05122023. That's May 12th, 2023. Let's take a look at what we've got up here. In this episode, there are 78 applications in all that got updated since last Friday's episode. There was a special bonus episode that included over 500 ServiceNow applications that got updated since last Friday's episode. So this is everything else since then up until Wednesday Wednesday the 10th of May. So just playing a little catch up with the non-ServiceNow stuff since ServiceNow had so much on their own. But in this episode, there are 8 new releases, 23 highlights, 29 compatibility updates to Utah, and we have a new category that you haven't seen before if you haven't watched the bonus episode, and that is minor updates. There were 3 minor updates. I introduced that with the bonus episode because there were so many I was having trouble categorizing everything. 7 fixes, no downgrades, 8 release notes fails, and everything has been screened, and that means we are ready for today's episode. So let's switch over here and let's take a look at the release notes fails. We'll start with that, and let's see here. We've got 8 of them. Access Flow IGA, Blue Voyant integration with security incident, Druva, Info BIP Notify, Offlist Templater, Security Scorecard for Vendor Risk Management, Service Graph Connector for Bell Manage, and X-Type View were all release notes fails. If you're new to the channel or haven't seen this episode before and you're wondering what a release notes fails is, this is what one looks like. 2.3.3, Enhancements, Fixes, Demo Data. 2.3.2, same thing. 2.3.0, same thing. That's a release notes fails because they're getting updates, but I have no idea, you have no idea what got updated, so that's a fail. Please update your release notes. Let's take a look at those compatibility updates. We'll just scroll down here. I got 2 scroll bars. We had 29 of these, so let's go through them real quick. Big ID Marketplace App Plugin, Cloud Automation Framework, Corporate Incident Response, Agile. All of the Agile applications, well, I don't know if it's all of them, but a lot of the Agile applications, usually we see them in here for their quarterly content updates. Well, this time they're in there for updating everything to be compatible with Utah. So that's everything Agile. Next is NetEnrich Connect, Umnatiza, I don't know how to pronounce that. OpenText Spoke, Privacy Hub by Rangu, and Roadmap for You. All had compatibility updates. Let's take a look at the fixes for this episode. There were a few of those. Breakdown Data Grid UI component, Cloud Manager, FinOps and Cloud Management for Enterprise, Data Content Manager, DevOps Insights, One Identity Manager for Service Catalog, Service Graph Connector for Nozomi Networks, and Vulnerability Response integration with ClearOT, XDome, and Metagate, all with some minor fixes out there. And let's take a look at that new category that you haven't seen yet for minor update. Their ArmorPoint DevOps Workspace and Splunk VictorOps bidirectional integration all had some minor updates. Now let's get to the good stuff here. Let's check out the new releases for this episode, and we have 8 of them to show you here, so let's jump right into it. DevOps integration with Argo CD from ServiceNow, accelerate change with Argo CD, and ServiceNow DevOps. Key features: consume sync activity notifications, update change request work notes when next sync activity starts, and auto close change request when appropriate close code or with appropriate close code and close notes. I don't have any screenshots for you on that one, so we'll move on to the next one, which is Event Scheduler by the Solution Company Limited. Schedule maintenance tasks and other important events for you and your team in ServiceNow. Key features: allows one-off and repeat events to be scheduled within ServiceNow that trigger a variety of activities such as flows, workflows, and record creation. We do have some screenshots. First one is a calendar view. Second one is the details of what looks like an event for incident crash run test environment. Here's another weekly calendar view, and then there's the big calendar view for that one. So that's what's new from the Solution Co. Limited. Next is going to be Integration Center by Reveal IT Solutions. Gain visibility into your integrations. Key features: a central dashboard to track all integrations, regardless of whether they are a data source, flow designer, or web service-based integrations. Status of integration runs, including CI success/fail counts. recent history of integration runs, log viewer, quickly access logs relevant to an integration, notifications and actions based on an integration run status, and a central place to capture organizational context and other relevant documents for an integration. Let's take a look at their screenshots. That looks like a dashboard to me, showing the total integrations captured and some other information. Let's see what the difference was there. Total integrations captured, and then total integrations breakdown view. I wonder if they just scrolled down. I can't really tell if they moved around in that menu or not, but let's take a look at the next one. There's the integration names, and there's the Flexera integrations, and what else we got here? A list view of logs and external script trigger. I'm just noticing the name of these up there at the top, so that's helpful. A notification, what a notification looks like. And this is integration details, so Microsoft SCCM showing all the details for that integration. Here's guided setup for setting up the application, and then we're back to that dashboard. So that's what's new, Integration Center from Reveal IT Solutions. Next on the new list is going to be newLab Store. Run your central labs and shared research facilities as a service by Coralia Tech. Key features are newLab Store app. All right, let's take a look at the screenshots. There is, looks like a portal page, and next is, looks like a catalog showing our search result, at least, after they search for instrument. So we're seeing some knowledge articles and some catalog items. There is a calendar, maybe it's the booking calendar, I'm just guessing. Booking calendar from the portal. And next is going to be the booking set, the variables for the booking. And then the review or booking synthesis, as it says there in the screenshot title. Just noticed on that previous one that's in, I see French. Maybe that's French. I think that's French. And then my orders from the portal. And then the workspace dashboard, admin. And there's the workspace list view. Cool to see people doing list or workspaces, invoice items. And back to the portal homepage. So that's what's new from Coralia Tech for newLab Store. Next, RealTix by LTI Mindtree. Real-time automated ticket dispatch with intelligent workload management. Key features, assignment of engineers based on various parameters, L1, L2, L3, skill set and availability. Dynamic auto assignment of tickets based on machine learning, load balance and skill-based ticket assignment, outage detection and tagging of similar incidents under an existing major incident or any other similar incident, and ability to upload custom shift roster, or the roster can be taken from on-call schedule if available in the instance. Let's take a look at their screenshots. Here's the ML view of some classification definitions for predicting rhythms, incidents, assigned to, assignment groups and assigned to for those things. There's the similar incident count, similarity definition, and here's the upload shift roster catalog items. So it looks like you upload that and it would import it. And then back to the classification definitions for this new application from LTI Mindtree. Up next, Sevco Connector. Let's see, this one, Sevco Connector for ServiceNow CMDB. Key features, automatically aggregates and deduplicates unique inventory reports from disparate sources. Sevco relieves the complexity, time, and effort to maintain multiple ServiceNow IRE rules by automatically reconciling duplicate records while also ensuring your CMDB won't have any gaps or missing CI information. And they apply a rigorous approach to asset management that gives you reliable data for CMDB decision making. Let's take a look at the screenshots, not the video. There's the Sevco Connector properties, and there is a list of Sevco objects, and there's the Sevco devices in the CMDB. What's been discovered, there is a hardware or a device record in the CMDB, and then there's the CMDB non-admin view, and the CMDB non-admin view of a device record, and there's the video, which we won't hit play, but that's what's new from Sevco Security Inc. Second to last one here, TM Dynamics Portals, or Dynamic Portals from TM Labs. Key features, customizable widgets, multiple portals, dynamic content, and centralized access to information. Let's take a look at that screenshot. There's a nice portal showing the variation on what's available out of the box. Here's another portal example with mountains in the background that look kind of similar to my mountains here in Asheville. There's another portal number 3, showing a Surface Pro. And let's see what we got. Portal number 4, showing a different, again, version of what that might look like. And we have a fifth one. We do got a fifth one with a lake or sea picture in the background and different widgets on the page. And then back to portal number 1. So that is TM Dynamic Portals from TM Labs. And last, for the new releases, it's going to be Vbrick Video. Securely integrate your company's videos into ServiceNow workflows. Embed Vbrick hosted videos in your ServiceNow workflows. They provide a secure solution to capture, manage, and deliver live and on-demand video. Let's take a look at the screenshots. There is a custom widget adding to a page. There is what that looks like embedded and showing in the search results or categories. There's the portal content record for publishing, and here is a list, a search and add a Vbrick hosted video to content publishing link table. And back to the custom widget. So that's what's new from Vbrick Systems Inc. Alright, so that was the new releases. Let's end on all the highlights that are available in this episode. There were 23 of them. We'll start with Avenir Contract Flow, upgraded to version 5.0.0. Contract Flow Enterprise Edition with pre-integrated Avenir Invoice Flow and Avenir RFP applications. Contract Flow integration with onboarding flow, expanded the contracts interface, Microsoft Office 365 integration for internal review of documents, remodeled the global search widget with newly introduced Smart Search and Proximity Search, merge docs feature to merge multiple contract attachments into a single document, and recall approval. Up next, barcode and QR code generator got updated to version 1.3.9, added UI action options to facilitate printing from a list view with either one barcode per printed page or many barcodes per printed page. Next, Blue Voyant integration, upgraded to version 2, now supports both pull from client instance and push from Blue Voyant to client mechanisms. Additional choice for ticket creation properties to include a none option, and new integration user role to facilitate/perform push integration detection. Next, Broadcom Rally integration with DevOps got upgraded to version 1.3.8. Enhanced error messaging, improved error messages are displayed in inbound events and import requests to help find the root cause of a problem for real-time notification. They identify relevant active problems, highlight specific issues, and explain how to mitigate them. Next up is Delphix 2 version 4.1.0. General data center data control tower enhancements added support for the API usage report, introduced in DCT version 6. The client telemetry information is included in all shared support bundles. And then ServiceNow Utah release compatibility. They do anticipate ServiceNow to announce the deprecation of the San Diego release in the coming weeks. At that point, we would need to do the same. That's news to me. I didn't know San Diego was already being deprecated. Next, DevOps Change Velocity got updated to version 1.3.8. And you can see the enhancements here: Azure DevOps organization support, group access for tools and applications, automatically retrieve pipeline steps when associating to an app, enhanced error messaging, credentials expiry notification, last event received, and logging change status while pipeline is pending decision to resume execution, and fixed a bunch of defects around GitHub, DevOps change, Sonar Cube, Sonar Cloud, change creation failing, unable to edit default view, Azure DevOps, Jira, DevOps viewer role, DevOps commits, an incorrect number of tests displayed in the application. So a big update that they call a minor release for DevOps Change Velocity. Let's take a look at DevOps Config, also updated to version 3.1.0. New shared components, ability to use components across different applications, and new config data analyzer, ability to analyze differences between data models of applications. DevOps data model got updated to version 1.3.8.1, and that is pretty much a repeat of what we just saw in the DevOps Change Velocity. Looks like they copied and pasted the release notes there. Let's take a look at DevOps integrations to version 1.3.8, same thing as before, so we'll skip that one. Doctation by Rangu. This is updated version 2.1.0. They updated PDF generation to leverage the new platform API, added support for headers and footers, including images, added support for page numbers, and ability to generate doctation reports without being associated with a record. Next, DocuSign CLM Spoke, upgraded to version 1.0.1, added an additional workflow to refresh the OAuth tokens. When activated, ensures the OAuth tokens remain valid. Flashpoint VulnDB upgraded to version 1.9.0, added EPSS scoring and reflected in VR module, shipped out of the box risk calculator for vulnerabilities or vulnerable items, that's VIs, provide mapping of assets and vulnerability, branding changes, Utah support, and bug fixes in that update. Next, Global Link Connect got updated to version 4.4.0, added support for translating guided tours, translating taxonomy records and topics, added validation for an automation support, and includes bug fixes and improvements. Next up, guardrails got updated to version 8.0.0, quality of life changes for system scans, additional performance improvements and accuracy, and added closed change request pipeline step. Next is Morpheus Catalog got updated to version 3.5.25, added support for CMDB sync via identification reconciliation engine or IRE, and some bug fixes, fixed an issue with Morpheus version validation, added support for Morpheus host verification on catalog sync, and remove included catalog item. Next, Return Center got updated to version 1.0.3, minor enhancements, tracking numbers for kits and labels, programs, and tracking info and labels. Next, Science Logic, SL1 CMDB and incident automation, 1.0.81. This version, change request API was returning incorrect results and not correctly taking advantage of the sysobject source info table. Organization sync to company was incorrectly being handled, and installed software was also incorrectly returning results and not correctly taking advantage of the sysobject source info table. Next, the Service Graph Connector for info blocks, version 1.0.0. This is an interesting one. It's not a new release, even though it says new release. This is actually something graduating from the Innovation Lab, but did want to make sure this was highlighted. If we take a look at that app over here in my database, I'll show you the version history on this, and you'll see that this actually existed before as a lab application and got updated on May the 10th as initial release. So you see first lab version 0.1, they fixed and improved the installation performance on the 5th, and then on the 10th they announced the initial release there. Next, also Service Graph Connector for Puppet. I think this is the same thing. It's a version, nope, this is upgraded to version 1.2.1. I was wrong. So this is the Service Graph Connector for Puppet, supports the Utah release, has moved into the menu to be included in Service Graph Connectors, and any node that does not contain the configured unique attribute on the fact configurations page will be ignored and not imported. Next is going to be Simpler Notification app, got updated to version 1.0.1. Updated for the latest ServiceNow release, see Utah there instead of just San Diego, provides support for ServiceNow notification in multiple environments and regions, and updated simpler branding. Let's go to our second page here, wrapping up almost. TalkDesk got updated to version 3.1.0, pre-configured automations, ServiceNow Utah release, and for more information you can look at their documentation on TalkDesk ServiceNow Connector. Up next, Tanium configuration, compliance integration to version 1.2.0, updated to ingest compliance test results from the Tanium Connect job. Last on our list of highlights, Upgrade Assistant updated to version 1.4.13. And they want you to please review the installation upgrade guides on their website. Upgrade is now available for their customers. New features include a box integration, skip history sync, and enhanced accessibility. And that is it, everybody. That is our episode for SSH 05122023. Let's just take a look at what transpired. We looked at 78 applications total. 8 of those applications were new releases, 23 highlights, 29 compatibility updates, 3 minor updates, 7 fixes, and 8 release notes fails. That is it. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like, please subscribe, or share with somebody who you think might be interested in what got updated in the ServiceNow Store in the past week or so. And until next time, don't forget to always be learning.